Greetings and welcome. How are we all feeling today? As unique individuals, as we are, we fight, we fuss, we bicker, we find ourselves in conflict. Even with people that we may not know necessarily. It happens because we are emotional human beings. We all have our days. We all have our different views, our different perspectives, our different ways of seeing things, our own map of the world. And sometimes we just don't agree on certain things. Sometimes we've both have had a bad day and we just can't meet in the middle. And usually conflict is not a bad thing, but it also depends on how you deal with the conflict. If you are very verbally abusive, or you scream, or you bring the other person down, it's not worth it and it's not okay, and that is not healthy conflict. Healthy conflict is about being able to get your emotions out and to express the intensity of the emotion and why you are feeling the emotion. And it's also important because we learn more about each other through conflict. What is okay for one person and what is not okay for another. And this is how we learn about how unique we are, because we have all had our own experiences, our own traumas, our own difficulties, and that's why we tend to select a few people into our circle who may understand us and also offer support. But the problem is when someone can't show support towards us and we can't show support towards them, either because we are emotionally charged or we're just not connecting today. And that's okay. Sometimes we need time apart, and sometimes we need time together, time to sit down and talk about the relationship and talk about what's difficult and what boundaries need to be set into place. Because a healthy relationship cannot exist without conflict. There has to be some sort of disagreement every now and then. And this is how we learn about each other, how unique the other person is. And we don't want to hurt them. We don't want to make them uncomfortable. So we meet in the middle. We compromise, and where necessary, we have to sacrifice. But we do it out of love. Remember that conflict with loved ones is always out of love. There is no such thing as people who hate other people and they don't care about them. Hatred is just a very passionate form of love, and it's generally not the cause of an argument between a loved one, but usually it can cause a lot of conflict, because hatred is not loving someone anymore. It's having very negative emotions connected to fear and connected to like hurt and anger, and very negative emotions are connected to love. And that's what causes hatred, is negative emotions connected to love. But conflict is a great way for us to learn about each other and to learn how the other person works, how the other person thinks, how the other person feels. And then you adapt yourself so that you can live in harmony with that person, so you can be in harmony with that person. And conflict is extremely important for us because this is where we establish boundaries. This is where we say, okay, I am not okay with this. I do not feel comfortable with this. And when we set boundaries, we also develop a sense of respect for each other and self-respect also. And through conflict, we also learn about our needs in a relationship, what we expect from the relationship, what we need emotionally and mentally and physically in the relationship. And that's how we learn about relationships is through conflict. We don't learn about relationships through our good times together. We learn about relationships through our difficult times together, but it's worth it. And conflict creates more understanding and more compassion. It's a scenario in which a person feels very hurt but doesn't know how to express it, and then they have conflict or an argument or a fight, and then it comes out, and then the other person says, wow, I didn't know that you felt this way. Okay, no, I'll change it. And that's how we create understanding with each other through conflict. And we learn about working on the relationship, because conflict gives hope. It shows that you care about the other person, that you don't want to see them in a specific situation, or you don't want them to upset you or hurt you. And it's about learning and navigating through the relationship. Remember, your relationships determine the quality of your life. So conflict is important, but it's just about how we deal with it. So remember, you are unique and valuable. Take care of that beautiful person. Stay strong wherever you're from. You are worthy.